Rupert.
Hello.
How are you?
Okay.
Yeah, I see that you're back for a 3-ingredient recipe.
Yay!
Do you know why we decided to have you on this week?
Like your disposition?
There's that. Yep. But do you remember when we made those vegan meringues?
The vegan meringue.
Yeah, those cookies. Those
With
really
the Aquaman and Aquafresh?
Aquafaba.
That too.
Yeah. Well, we are going to make another 3-ingredient recipe using Aquafaba. What do you think about that?
Wow.
Yep.
Duplicate recipe.
Well, it's not a duplicate recipe. It's using a duplicate ingredient.
Oh.
Yep. So this week we are going to make vegan chocolate mousse.
Vegan chocolate mousse.
Yep. What do you think about that?
The antlers could get sticky.
The what?
The antlers. They get sticky. The
Oh,
antlers of the
not
moose.
that kind of mousse. A mousse, M-O-U-S-E.
Mickey Mouse. M-O-U-S-E.
That's a mouse.
Oh.
M-O-U-S-S-E is mousse.
That's a weird way to spell moose.
All right, so why don't we get to the 3 ingredients? Our first ingredient is chickpeas.
The chickpeas.
Yep, so we're going to use
beans.
the beans. We're going to use the liquid from one 15-ounce can of chickpeas.
What are we going to do with the peas?
We can make something else. How about that?
Okay, we'll give the peas a chance later.
Oh, you are just on fire today. So the Aquafaba is actually the liquid in which beans or chickpeas have been cooked, and if you just get a can of chickpeas, that Aquafaba is what the chickpeas are in.
Yay!
Our second ingredient for chocolate mousse would be
Chocolate!
chocolate. We are going to use 160 grams of dark chocolate.
What's a gram?
A gram is a unit of measurement, and if that is in ounces, that would be about 5 ounces of dark chocolate. Now, this dark chocolate does say right on it that it is vegan, but vegan, and most dark chocolates are vegan. But if you're not sure, just check the ingredients on the back and make sure that you don't have any animal products. That would be milk or butter or cream. Dark chocolate just is made with cocoa butter and sweeteners and all that sort of stuff.
Ooh.
Have you ever seen agave syrup?
No, it looks like salad dressing.
Well, yeah, it does. It looks a little bit like pancake syrup, too.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this is a sweetener. It is a sweetener that you could use instead of sugar. Agave syrup is made from a cactus. You know what a cactus looks like.
They're prickly.
Yep.
Ouch.
Yep, but we're just going to use the nectar from that, and that is a really strong sweetener. You could also use maple syrup or honey, or you could just use plain old sugar if you wanted to.
Lick.
Yep. So we are going to use about 2 tablespoons of agave syrup. The first thing I've done is set up a double boiler. That's just a pan of simmering water over which you've got a bowl. Generally a glass bowl works best. You don't need this to be at a full rolling boil. It's best to have simmering water that is just below where the bowl meets. So you don't want the water touching your bowl. You want it just underneath it so it heats up the bowl itself, but the water isn't touching the bowl. That will keep your chocolate from burning on the bottom as you melt it. We're just going to add our chocolate to this double boiler. And I've already crushed these up. These candy bars up, these chocolate bars up so that they will fit in there. Now, even though this is a more gentle way of melting chocolate, you can't just put it in the bowl and then forget about it. This does take some moving around. You are going to want to stir this once it starts to melt. Again, chocolate can scorch on the bottom even if you're doing this on a gentle double boiler, so pay attention to it. It shouldn't take too long to melt. And then once this melts, we are going to take it off the heat and let this cool down a bit while we are preparing the Aquafaba to add that to. Okay, this chocolate is now completely melted. It didn't take too long at all, so now I'm just going to remove the bowl from the heat, and then I will set this aside and let it cool while I prepare the rest of the mousse. Okay, our chocolate has melted and is cooling, so now I just have my stand mixer, and I'm going to pour my chickpeas out and drain all of that juice, all of that aquafaba, or if you want to call it chickpea juice, you can call it that as well. Really strain the chickpeas. If you're going to use these for something else, like a hummus or whatever, you're going to want to strain it out nicely anyway, so might as well get all of that. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this until it has the consistency of a meringue. So this will take between 2 to 3 minutes, and then you'll see that it'll form nice stiff peaks like you would get from egg whites. Alright, as we're seeing right now, this, whoop, that just dropped a little faster than I thought it would. We now have these nice peaks, and it will just hold on to the spatula here. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to add in my agave syrup, or agave nectar as it's called. I'm going to add about a tablespoonful. Now this is very much to taste. Agave nectar is very, very sweet, so you may want to just adjust that first and see how sweet you want it. I find that because the Aquafaba itself doesn't really have much of a taste, I like to add a little bit more sweetener than I normally would. If a tablespoonful is not enough with this really dark chocolate in this, I can always add a little bit more, but I'm going to just whip this right into this mixture. Alright, so I wound up adding in another tablespoonful of agave nectar. Again, this is to taste, so if you don't mind it a little bit less sweet, that's fine. I like my chocolate mousse quite sweet. And because we're using dark chocolate, I want to make sure that it's sweet enough. So again, we're looking for this nice stiff peak at the top of this. And now I'm going to grab the chocolate and we will finish up this mousse before it goes in the fridge. So now I have my Aquafaba, which has been sweetened with the agave nectar, and I also have my melted chocolate, which has cooled down. You can tell this is cool enough if you can touch the bottom of your bowl and it's not too hot to hold. It should still be warm because you don't want it to solidify back into chocolate, which can happen really quickly if it's cool. So now what we're going to do is temper this by putting a little bit of this mixture into the chocolate to begin with. Now this is not quite as important as it would be with eggs, because with egg whites or whole eggs, this mixture would turn into scrambled eggs really quickly because eggs cook when they get warm. But as this is a bean mixture, this doesn't really change state. It doesn't really cook as quickly as it would if it was eggs. Now, it doesn't mean that it won't cook at all. You can make meringues out of this bean mixture, so it is a protein that will solidify up if you cooked it, but it's just a little bit less delicate than it would be with eggs, which is great. We're just mixing this together, and you want to fold this. You're going to want to fold this together and keep as much air in this. That's what makes a chocolate mousse is the air that you keep. And because the Aquafaba, because the liquid from the beans is a little bit more delicate than eggs, you're definitely going to want to handle it very carefully. Now what we're going to do, get rid of this spatula, is I'm going to pour this mixture of chocolate and the bean, whipped bean and agave mixture together. Now that I've got the chocolate tempered down with the cooler mixture, get as much as you can. And now I'm going to fold all of this together, keeping as much air as you possibly can within this mixture. Alright, so this is all mixed up, and it has reduced by quite a bit because you are mixing something dense into something light, but it is quite airy as well. So now I'm going to transfer this mixture into some small bowls, and we're going to chill these for a couple of hours. Let me grab a spoon to do this. We're going to transfer this to a small bowl. And this needs to chill in the fridge for several hours until it sets. So it feels a bit liquidy right now, but the chocolate and the bean mixture that you have is going to set. And then you're going to have a delicious mousse with the texture that you're used to with a chocolate mousse. What do you think, Rupert?
Moussey.
It is moussey. Now, so when this has been in the fridge for about an hour or so, as you can see, it has turned into a nice, I guess a mousse-like texture. That's what we're looking for.
No antlers though.
No antlers. It is nice and light and fluffy, and the chocolate comes straight through because the Aquafaba really doesn't have any flavor of its own. So it's all very chocolatey and very, very light and just a delicious dessert. What do you think, Rupert? Yeah.
Can I more?
You can. Let's have some more, and then we'll come right back.
Okay.
Here you go. Oh my gosh, Rupert, you ate that whole thing.
Yum, 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 yum.
Wow,
Yum.
so it must have been good. That is a really delicious, light, fluffy chocolate mousse, and you didn't have to use any animal products at all.
No, not at all.
Nope.
Not even a piglet.
Not even a piglet, except you helped.
Or a moose.
Nope, we don't have any moose, do we?
No.
No moose have ever come by and helped. Maybe someday.
I got some mice, but no meat.
Yep, mouse, but no moose. So what can people do if they want to keep up with our recipes, whether they be vegan or not?
Share!
You definitely share our videos, and you can bring other people in to help us make this channel work, and you can also subscribe.
And you can make suggestions for the next product.
We would love to hear your suggestions about what you would like to see next on our 3-ingredient recipes. You can leave them in the comment section down below.
Down below.
You are a very good helper, Rupert.
Thank you.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining. Aww. Well, thanks so much for joining us this time. We'll see you again next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. For chocolate mousse, what do you think the next ingredient is?
A moose.
No, it's not. Okay.